All right, guys. So thank you for attending. If this is your first time hearing about Sparta, I believe you will gain a significant amount of value. Sorry, I'm trying to block out that light. There we go. All right. And one of the reasons why I brought you guys here is because I wanted to give you a different viewpoint that maybe you're not used to, and I think it will help you to fundamentally understand why I have been so focused on this if you're not focused on this already. And if you are focused on this, you'll see a little different perspective from from the inside, but not necessarily from the way of Seth pointing it out, and our founder, who, if you don't know who Seth is, him pointing it out, but necessarily the way I'll show you. So it'll be a little bit different, not drastically, but a little bit different, and you'll be able to see the value of what you can receive. So, all right, so I am going to stop my video for now and share my screen. Where the hell did that go? Oh, here it is. Share screen. All right. Let me minimize these boxes. Take this out of the equation. Okay. You guys should be able to see my screen now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. All right. So this is Sparta Society. Okay. And there's a lot that goes into this. It is not something that is small. First of all, it's something that took a fairly extensive period of time to build um, for Seth, but at the same time, Seth can build anything really fast. So maybe it didn't take him that long in general. Um, but there are some really, really good key points within this that right when you open it, you see some things that are very beneficial that you will not find anywhere else. First and foremost, Sparta is not one of those things that you can come in and do nothing and expect to achieve greatness. You have to put in a significant amount of effort, and that significant amount of effort is not even enough because you're going to find that there are going to be other ways that you are going to actually be able to grow within this network, which is really dynamic. And so you'll be able to network with different individuals within here. And at the same time, you'll be able to understand why it's so beneficial for you to see really what this offers you. And so when you come into here, the first thing that you see at the top of the screen is Sparta Starter. Now, what is Sparta Starter? Well, you fill out a little form, okay, which has your name and a couple of different things. And once you do that, now you're locked in. Once you're locked in, you get a list. Now, notice it says Sparta Management will not fund any deals, provide any funding, or issue a down payment for the Sparta Strategic Group Fund unless all items on this checklist are completed, which means you cannot get any funding of the 13 plus $1 million that Seth has to essentially give away to people. You can't gain access to that until this is complete. And so, what are the steps that are involved within this? Well, you have to be a Sparta Citizen membership. So, if you are somebody who's completely new, which some of you are, then you have to actually get in and become a citizen. Very simple, not a hard process to do. Then you have to create a Sparta ID. To create a Sparta ID is also something simple. It costs you $25. By the way, before it used to be free, but everybody waited so long, so now it's $25. And that is the initial access to the whole ecosystem of Sparta. So it allows you to gain access to everything almost like a passport. So picture it as a passport. So if I go here and I go to Sparta governance, you'll see this is my Sparta ID. Right? It has my birthday, it has my username, my citizen number, and my Sparta ID. Now, if somebody wanted to join me in Sparta, they would need that Sparta ID because the only way that people can actually join is if they actually have someone's ID number. So you can't just join off the street and that's it. You need to have a Sparta ID. Okay? So that's extremely beneficial. All right. So let me go back to Sparta Society. So now you have your ID, right? The next thing you do, what do? You have to form an LLC, right? A limited liability company. Now, this gives you the capability of taking the first step of being able to actually enter into formation of a government contract. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. But you have to form that LLC. So whether you do it through your state, whether you do it through Wyoming, whether you do it through Delaware, whether you do it through um, LegalZoom, however you do it, you have to form an LLC. The next step that you have to do is you have to create a business bank account. Okay. And so you may be able to do that from your state. You may not be able to do that from your state. That depends. But what this will enable you to do is allow you to have that next step into actually being able to get into a government contract. You will also need a business website. So you need to have a professional website that represents what you will be doing for your business, specifically related to government contracts, because that's what's going to be very beneficial for you. Then you want to create a SAM.gov registration and get your cage codes. Once you have your cage codes, now you're able to go and apply for government contract deals. So these are all regulatory things that you need to do in order to actually take the next steps forward. Then you need to have a business projection. So, what are your financial projections for your business 1 year to 3 years later? Your business plan, a complete written business plan, needs to be submitted. Now, what if you don't know how to create business projections and a business plan or a pitch deck, any of those three things? Well, you can use the help of some of the prompts that are here in the back office, and you can also use AI and chat GPT to help you create this. So basically they give you the guidance that you need to create these certain things, but you have to physically put in all the work. If you don't put in all the work, then it's not going to happen. So the next thing you need is business insurance. So you need an active business insurance policy in place. And you'll notice numbers 6. Well, I created my sam.gov, but I didn't finish my cage code yet because I have to get that. That hasn't come to me yet. but I'm on my way to getting that. Business projection, business plan, pitch deck, business insurance. These things are things that now that I have my week off for my vacation from school, from my job, I'm going to work my ass off and get all this done this week, right? So I already have a credit score of above 720. My credit score is, I think, 795. So no issue there. You have to have one active credit line. At least one business or personal credit line must be available, and they help you in guidance with that. You need to open up a Sparta management account, which is pretty simple. And you need a portal to the ARC. So you register and gain access to the ARC of Spartan's portal. So if I can, let me go away for a second. Come on. There we go. All right. So this is the ARC of Spartans. Okay. And this is kind of like our own little private community, right? So people will, some admins will post here. So here's Seth and here's Ranye posting about a couple of different things. And there's a couple of different posts in here. So it's kind of like our own little private community chat, I guess you would call it for now. And that will become much more robust over time. So let's go back to Sparta Society. So that's the checklist, right? So first thing that you see when you come in is that checklist. And that's the first thing you have to pay attention to. Forget about everything else that's on the left. The first thing you have to pay attention to is this checklist. You need to have all this done before any kind of funding is given to you. So before you can really actually enable yourself to take major steps forward, you have to complete everything here. And if you have questions, if you need guidance, everyone is always here to help and to push you in the right direction. So understand that. Okay? All right. Community. This is our own little community feed. You'll see the membership levels of what particular people have. So obviously Seth is a Sparta Elite, which is one of the highest members. And you'll see the other people. Here's Simone as a Sparta Diamond, an OG, that little OG blinking. That is basically mean that she is an old school member before we transferred to the new system. Okay. And so you'll be able to see all these different comments and engage, put GIFs if you want to put smiley faces. So if I want to like her post, I could just like her post, right? I could make a post of my own. If I want to do that, I could say something here and say hello and just post it. And then that will register. There you go. See? So that's the way that works. Um, you can see trending and following and save, but no point going through all that. Clipping. So if you want to be a clipper, if you're someone who actually wants to learn how to do this, there's actually going to be ways that you can engage and learn how to do this as well. So you will be able to learn the art of clipping. Clipping is something where people make a lot of money. They basically take little snippets of different lives that people do and things of that nature and put them together and make reels and things of that nature. And that enables them to go viral and make a lot of money. So that's clipping. Your campaign. So if you have any campaigns that are here, they would be listed. Courses. So this, I believe, is something that will build over time. Um, and there'll be much more that'll be coming to this area. Lending. So if you want to actually participate in this, you in the very near future, what they'll be doing is be able to provide loans for you. So maybe that could be something that you need, like a $5,000 loan or a $10,000 loan for a specific emergency purpose. You'll be able to do that here. Um, Members, so you can see here who is actually someone who is a member. A member, you'll see the role of the word member and the tier Sparta builder. Uh, that just basically means that they're a free member. If you scroll down, you will see that. So for example, let's just compare the two. So you see like Chris Coleman is an OG Sparta builder, which means he has a certain level access, and Elizabeth is a Sparta star, which means she has a lower access. And we'll go over a couple of those things as we go through. And if you scroll down further, you'll see like Coach Chris is a Sparta Elite, VIP is a Sparta Builder, right? And you'll see like those people that have just nothing next to their names, they're just members who have registered underneath someone but have not done anything. And so if you look to the right, you can also see a point score. A point score is how active you are within the Sparta Society um, community. So if you're more active, then your point score is higher. So you see, like Monique has a score of 88, Melissa has a score of 22, Kendra has a score of 170, Simone has a score of 192, so forth and so on. And if you're not really participating as much within this particular area, then your score is low. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're not working hard. It just means that you're not actually participating in here as much. So you're not contributing in terms of communicating in the chats and things of that nature. Um, you're not going out and getting deals that you would have done in the past to research deals, like things like that. That helps to build your score up a little bit more. Messages is basically if you want to just have a conversation with someone, you can. This is optional. It's not something that a lot of people have really used yet because we actually have a pretty active um, Facebook Messenger group. So that's something that we've really been focused on. So not really this so much. Okay, so under events, now this is really cool. This is where one of the places where the value really starts. So if we go down here, you'll see that there's three different courses here, or I don't want to say courses, that's the wrong word. Workshops that you can attend. Okay. And so this one, for example, is hosted by Simone. Simone is working on her um, own product that she's actually building with Seth, our founder. And she is now in the process of getting that ready so that she can actually take that piece of credit that she has established and use that to give to the rest of the world and to actually sell her product to put it in front of millionaires and billionaires that would want access to it. So Simone is someone who I brought into the community who I felt was valuable and I felt would find tremendous value in the community. And obviously that's happened. Um, she herself obviously put in considerable funding from her own pocket too. But at the same time, she worked really hard. She's a nurse. She oversees a lot of nurses. She teaches as well. And in her off time, she decided that she wanted to take her knowledge of credit repair and credit optimization. And she wanted to actually create a product that could be used. So she's gone and done that. And now Seth is helping her to optimize that to build it to scale, which is really awesome. So congratulations to her. Um, then you see Energy has a workshop that will talk about how to go from pretty much nothing as far as government contracting to actually getting your first government contract. So that's a very valuable workshop, especially if you are someone who really doesn't understand government contracting, like I don't yet, but will soon. Um, this will be a very valuable workshop. And then if you want to RSVP for it, you just RSVP for it. So here, the next one you see is a family structure Q&A, and that's being held by James Woods, somebody who I have known for an extended period of time. And James is a specialist when it comes to this. And when I tell you the amount of information that this gentleman goes through in accordance with family structure is just unreal. Like you would think he was born for it, honestly. But he's mastered this craft and this ability to actually show people how to optimize their family structure. And he has these guides that provide you ways to understand how to do it the right way. So if you wanted to RSVP for that, you would just press a button and you would RSVP, right? Really simple. Then when it comes time for that particular meeting to take place, you will see either here or over here, you will see a button pop up that says join the meeting. So you just refresh your screen at, let's say, for example, Simone's meeting at 7 o'clock tomorrow, and you would go ahead and join the meeting. Pretty simple. Okay. All right. So all the other events are listed above here, and you can see that. Let me just hold on a second. There we go. All right. So all the other events are listed above here. So if you wanted to break it down to what particular events are there, you could. But or if you want to go to past events, you could see the past events from all the different things that have happened in the past. So Seth did a workshop on building a personal brand, intro to video editing. There's James's workshop. Then we had a whole big workshop weekend, which is actually still available, I believe, to view, amazingly. But we had a 3 day workshop that totaled about 7.25 hours. So it was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and there was a lot of value that was presented to everyone in that workshop. Okay. So this is how the workshops go and how everything's broken down so you can see how it all kind of works and is put together. All right. So here you see all the different deals that have been brought forth by our members. Corey has put together a lot of different deals to be shown, and you can go to all different pages and see all these deals. You can see which one is ready for an NDA, which one has been contacted, um, which one has not been contacted, which one is in negotiation, right? So you can see all these different things. If it's not a good fit, it'll show up as not a good fit. So this basically gets presented to our acquisition team. Our acquisition team goes through and sees if it's a good fit, if it's not a good fit. They'll get together, they'll contact those particular people and see if that business is worth actually buying, right? So that's how that kind of works. Um, Deal or no deal, this is where you will actually be able to go and be able to decide whether or not you actually want to get into one of these deals or not. There's no deals here yet, but that will be presented in this area. Business tier list, this is actually very beneficial because in this business tier list, this shows you all the different businesses and which ones have the best chance of success in GovCon, right? So if you look at janitorial, facility maintenance, IT managed services, cybersecurity, staffing, and temp agencies, HVAC, and mechanical services, these have the highest rankings for government contracts. So, in other words, these are going to have the highest success rates for government contracts. Okay. And for acquisitions. So then here you can look at and see these are prime targets, these next five sections, right? These five listing sections, these are prime targets for government contracts. And as we go lower, you can see here strong operators, right? So there's these next four, and then solid earners, and then cash cows, right? So they actually are good for cash flow, but not necessarily for government contracts, right? So that's the way that this is laid out. Okay. And you can see a quick reference buy price versus contract value, right? So you can see how this is laid out too to give you a better understanding. Okay, let's scroll back to the top. Now, this I'm not going to go through because I believe it is of significant value for anybody to actually read this. But the cool thing about the owner's doctrine, and I'll just skim through it slightly, is that I'm going to go to one particular area right here, right? So this tells you the difference between the owner's class and the managed class. So you'll be able to see that the people who use AI to replace 5 to 50 human labor positions versus the managed class, which are those who compete with AI systems that cost $20 a month. So the competition versus the usage. So the people that actually learn how to use this skill, those are the ones that are going to be able to succeed. The ones who are against it, who believe it's just going to take over society and they're so scared because of what it will do to the economy and jobs, those are the people that are going to fail, right? And you'll be able to go through all of this and see everything that's within this doctrine. And there's a lot of very, very valuable information. Again, I'm not going to go through everything, but a lot of very, very valuable information that is here. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next one. Seller outreach templates. Now, let's say you're someone who doesn't really understand how to reach out to a seller. You don't know what to do. You don't know what to say. Well, look at this. Literally provided is a template for you to provide you with what you need. Like, guys, this is invaluable information that you have access to when you're a member of Sparta. And we're not talking about a basic membership, so let me clarify that. This is really you're given access to this as a Sparta builder, I believe, and above. So that's where you're actually gaining access to this. We'll go over a couple of those different things as we go through, but you'll see all these different things here, right? So If you want to know a follow-up after a site visit, what do you say? Okay, well, this is what you can say, right? All these different things are provided for you. And you just go through and figure out which one you need. You load it into your notepad, and boom, it's done. You just copy and paste what's needed, and that's it. Pretty simple, right? Not too hard to follow. Now, let me reload this for a second because it locked me out for a quick minute. All right. So now, borrow lifestyle system. Seth, you there?
Yo, what's going on, brother?
Can you go into this a little bit? Because we haven't really gone over this much, just so that people understand a little bit fundamentally what this is.
All right. It's pretty not simple, but you got to master it. But when we're taught to chase money, um, we're taught to stay out of debt, all that types of stuff like that. When it comes to don't borrow money, all those type of things like that, and that's actually the wrong way of living. Chasing money, which is why people who chase money never actually make money or get the money that they want. For example, going to work and everything, people are taking mad times of their life into these jobs and everything and don't have the life that they thought they would have or they were promised from the American dream or across the world, wherever you're at. We always told the same thing. Now, when it comes to borrow lifestyle, what we're teaching this section right here is how to borrow from different types of people at different types of levels. So when it comes to borrowing from a bank, teach you how to talk to a bank, how to borrow money from them. You also will be learning how to and what to do with the money. Which, one second, one second, one second.
Yep.
So when it comes to talking to banks and everything like that, you will be able to learn how to borrow from banks and everything and what to actually do with the money when you do borrow from banks. When it comes to talking to investors, basically talking to big money and stuff, you'll know exactly how to talk to the money and how to get the investors to actually give you money and everything like that. And when it comes to borrowing from your friends and family members, you will learn how to borrow from them and not use the money for the wrong things. Like people borrow money from people and then pay bills, which is completely wrong. You should never borrow money that you have to pay bills with. Here's why. Because if you need to borrow money to pay bills, that means you can't pay it back. So we teach you how to do things like that, how to take money and then to multiply it and then give money back to the people that you borrowed from. And that thing, that's what the borrow lifestyle is. And, wealthy people, they borrow they buy, borrow, die. So we'll teach people how to do that, how to borrow money, borrow a lot of money. And then when you pass on, you pass the wealth that you have accumulated with the money that you have borrowed, and then you pass it down to your children. See, we are taught when it comes to debt, don't collect debt, and you don't want to die in debt. But that's where bad debt that you should never have in the first place. Going to college, certain credit cards, getting cars, all that type of stuff, buying houses in your name, those type of things. That's bad debt. That's the debt that you don't want to pass down to your children. The debt that you do want to pass down to your children is that where it comes to building wealth, everything that we do here. And then when you pass off, and then you pass it down, all the stuff that you have accumulated with all of the debt that you have gained, you pass it down to your children. When your children sell off of the assets that to pay off your debt, they won't get taxed and everything. There's a lot to go into that, but that's basically what it's about. It's about basically using money what it's supposed to be used for. Using money how rich people use money. That's basically it.
Got it. Awesome. I appreciate. Thank you for the clarification.
No problem, brother.
So that's borrow lifestyle. Then getting your SBA. So we actually have my good friend Herschel actually helps with this too. He'll be able to help people with their SBA loan when they're ready for it. Your credit score has to be 650 or higher, and you have to actually do things within this um, to actually verify your eligibility and make sure that you're able to actually get the SBA loan that you would need. So there's a process that goes with this, but there are people to help you to go through it. All right, so prompts. So this I think is really cool. So these are prompts that you can literally enter into ChatGPT and be able to verify what you need. For example, you can go into ChatGPT, copy this completely, and say, I need you to build out a complete business structure for a holding company called Legacy Vault Holdings, based in Delaware, USA. The company is designed to hold and manage multiple assets, including businesses we acquire, primarily service-based companies, precious metals, equipment, and commercial residential properties, with government contracts being our primary specialization. Please provide the recommended legal entity structure, how each asset class should be held, blah, blah, blah. Right? Just enter that into ChatGPT and you'll be provided with exactly what you need with a business structure for a holding company. So you don't have to actually create the wheel. The wheel is already here for you. You just have to put in the work, which in this case really isn't much work at all, right? Now, with all the other stuff that you have to do within Sparta, there's definitely a lot of work that you need to do, a lot of boring work. Like, look at how long it's taken us just to go through this part of the website. Forget about you learning about it. This is just going through it. But look at all the different things that you gain of value within this. All these are prompts. Build a full SBA 7 financial projection package. Put a 1 in the chat if you know exactly how to build a full SBA 7 financial projection package. I'm curious, besides Seth and Herschel. Anyone else know how to do it? Anyone? I feel like Ferris Bueller. Anyone?
Pete, I'm gonna let you know 99% of people on the planet don't know how to do that.
Exactly. Exactly. But here it is. There's the prompt. Like, it's not that hard, guys. It's here. It's all here for you. Oh, somebody said something. Let me see. What did they say? Oh, LOL. Yeah. So that's really important, right? All these prompts are here. You just need to go through and use them. Like you could pay into the membership for $50,000, but if you did nothing in Sparta society, it's not doing anything to your advantage. Then you're just wasting it. For what? But if you use it to your advantage, you literally are building a wealth of legacy for yourself and your future generations, everything. Like that was like my aha moment. When you actually take time to go through this website and see what you're actually gaining access to as far as being a member, it's crazy. It's well over $1 million worth of information that you gain access to. So if you paid $50,000 in a membership, for example, as a Sparta operator, and you now have all of this given to you. Here it is on a silver platter. It's given to you. But what you do with it is another story. If you sit on your ass and do absolutely nothing and take a shit on what you've given, well, then that's not going to be good for you. But if you really say, you know what, I put in this amount of money in this membership, I damn well better do something about it. And so now here are the tools that you're being given. The tools are provided for you. It's what you do next is what counts. Let's go to the next one. Money talk. This gives you the terminology of how to talk to money. So here's the dictionary for it. Now, if you want to learn how to talk like money, you can actually start a practice and talk. Well, how do you talk to a bank loan officer? How do you talk to a private investor? How do you talk to an SBA lender, a deal seller? All these things are provided for you. A phrase vault, right? So, all these different things, again, tools are here. Pitching an investor, negotiating a deal, SBA lender meeting. These are all here. And then you can take a quiz. Like all these things are here for you.
Pete, do me a favor. Go to Money Talks, and the AI part.
Hmm.
Talk to Money.
This.
The second tab. Yeah, click any one of those.
Okay. Let's do this one.
Yeah, just say, what's that? Which one is that one?
Private
Private.
investor.
Just say, hey, I'm looking to get $100,000 for an investment in landscaping. Let's talk about Athena real quick. What she does. What she would do is walk you through everything and actually act as the investor and tell you exactly what the investor will act for and look for and how to actually talk to them. And then she will tell you way to wait, how to wait a word, how to put your words and everything like that. What to say when the investor say this, what to say that. Say this then. Oh, you get what I'm saying? That's what she does.
That's awesome.
Walk you through it's basically a simulation of talking to money.
And you guys have to understand this is not something that you're going to get from ChatGPT or anything like that because of the fact that it's built into the system already to actually respond in a certain way. So all the way that it talks and things of that nature, you're not going to get that from ChatGPT. If you go to ChatGPT, it's going to provide you with websites or resources or things of that nature, where here you're going to actually get a real conversation. So that's a huge difference in what you receive.
Yeah, you'll
Um,
get that. You'll actually get the nowhere on the planet. To be honest with you, you can't. There's nowhere you can go onto the planet and then say, "Hey, teach me how to talk to money. Like what to say when this is said, what to do when this is done." There's nowhere on the planet you can find that.
exactly. Exactly. All right. So next one, documents. So here are different documents that you can actually click on. So, example, if you want to see what is Sparta Universe, you can click on it and it will load up for you slides that you can essentially go through to actually talk to you about what is Sparta Universe. And at your own time and discretion, you can go through these different things and see what it's all about, right? Again, tools that are provided for you so that you can take the next steps forward, right? Now, well, hold on. Let me reload that again. I don't know why it keeps doing that, Seth, but it's all good. All right. So the next one
It has to
is,
be a computer, Pete.
huh?
It has to be a computer. I don't do it on ours.
My computer's retarded, but that's okay. All right. So I get a new one today. All right. So here's the federal contracting cheat sheet. You want to go into this a little bit more? This is more of your specialty.
Yeah, it's basically tell you everything. It's literally the whole museum of government contracting, everything that you know, every term, every phrase, how to actually get into the door of government contracting when you're talking to federal agents, Pentagon, all that types of stuff like that. Teach you how to do all that types of stuff. And I also want to make sure that Pete, we get this very clear. A lot of this stuff seems very intimidating when you hear all this stuff.
Yep.
But I want you guys to know that we walk you through everything. For example, let's talk about Simone real quick. Simone was once in everyone else's shoes for the people who are new here to Peter. She's recording this, Pete, and people who watch this after this. She was once like everyone else. Same as Corey, same as David. These guys once sat on a Zoom call and seen me talk about this before. And they, again, everyday people came and changed how everything moving with them due to all of the information is due to the fact that we sit down with you and walk you through everything. It's not a bunch as you, Peter, as you've never shown yet, a course where a bunch of videos and stuff like that. We actually the workshops we sit with you and walk you step by step. Even outside of the workshops, we sit with you one on one and everything and walk you through everything, the whole process to make sure you are able to succeed. So it sounds a lot scary because this is one. First, I need to also say this to people. This is what everyone is supposed to be doing. This is what everybody's supposed to be doing. So you got these other platforms that will say, "Oh, this is what the wealthy don't want you to know." No, this is exactly what the wealthy don't care for you to know. They just know that most people won't do this stuff. This is what the wealthy are actually doing. Everything that Peter is showing you is what the wealthy is actually doing. Now, the wealthy don't care if you do it or not, but they know most people won't do it due to the fact that it's very intimidating and it's very hard to do by yourself. So that's why we built this community here.
Exactly. Yep. And you guys can at your own leisure kind of go through everything that's here, but you can see obviously there's a lot to go through within this particular area.
Yeah, that right there is a lot. That's a whole thing right there.
Yeah, yeah. And grant writing is another thing, and what they actually provide you here is they also show you places where you can actually go to gain access to grant writing. So places in the government where you can go to apply to gain access to grant writing as well, which I believe is valuable for a lot of people. And then here you're able to understand what grants are and how the ecosystem works and all the different modules that are described within this section.
Pete, let me go over that real quick. 'Cause this one is this is serious stuff right here too. That
Yep.
right there, for people who've been trying to get rich right here, that alone right there can get you rich. Becoming a grant writer alone can get you rich. I want you to know that not only can it get you rich, but it also can make anybody that work with you. When people say I can't find money, oh, it's hard. When my business fell because I couldn't raise money up or I couldn't find capital. I want you to know this right here, grant writing. You'll be able to find all types of money out there that you don't even know exists. I'm talking about billions of dollars out there that people don't know exist that you can get access to if you're a woman, a veteran, a disabled person, all types of stuff. If you're a certain age, minority, whatever the case may be, we'll be able to find you money. If you're a person in a different country, you can also take advantage of Spartan Society too as well, which is where James Woods come from.
Yep, exactly. All right. So last section here is luxury lifestyle. All right. We'll go through this kind of quickly, not take too long. Um, but here you can choose your wealth identity and what you want to be. A stealth wealth to someone who's very quiet, someone who is kind of just, not really loud in the way that they actually talk about or show their wealth. Loud riches are obviously somebody who is more about brands, somebody who has more status symbols, that side of things. So you have to think, which one are you? Are you a stealth wealth or are you a loud richness? And then you can basically proceed from there to see which one you would actually fit. Um, See if you click on the other one, then it talks about the other side of things. So you can see which side you actually fit into. Um, Fragrance bar. So if you have any particular type of fragrance that you wanted to put in here to basically make your collection, you can do that. Seth actually has a couple different videos that talk about different fragrances that he has that basically attracts money. And you can actually see those videos in our YouTube channel as well as our Facebook group too. So here you have the dream closet. So again, where do you fall in this category? How do you dress? What do you do? How do you wear? Right? These particular things are things you can add to your closet. Your watch vault, if you want to learn about different watches, you know, you can put in whatever watches you own, the prices in them, market values. So in other words, you're basically making your own vault of everything. Jewelry, PC, like what kind of PC do you have, dream setup, right? Cars, and real estate, right? So all these different things are here again to your access for you to put in work. But if you go, ooh, that looks nice. I like the dream closet. I like the watch vault. I like the jewelry suite. I like the PC command. But you don't put anything in the fucking categories, then what good is showing you any of this? Right?
Well,
Yeah.
also to add too, with this right here, the luxury lifestyle is to basically show how you can turn your life into an actual asset. So
Correct.
just by living, you can actually make money by just living. And a lot of people, for example, just to go for a quick second, Pete, just 1 second,
Mhm.
because people, when you talk about fragrances, right? People who don't know that fragrances actually can attract money, like certain fragrances you could just spray if you go into an elevator, somebody that's rich in there that's like an investor or has a business or whatever the case may be, if they smell you and know what that scent is or want to know what that scent is, it starts conversations. That start conversations, watches start conversations, jewelry, certain clothing, all these type of things that again we was told, oh, don't spend your money on these things. These are things, some of these things do actually get you wealth, but it's particular things, right? It's not like Gucci bags and stuff like that. No one cares about that. We actually show you how to actually turn your life into an actual asset.
Yep. Exactly. All right. So that's this section. Then we go into asset treasury. Okay. So here you can talk about what particular assets do you have? Do you have gold? Do you have silver? Do you have jewelry? Do you have watches? And then you add whatever it is. And then under here, you can actually see the values of what people in particular have, right? So you can see what assets they have, what assets they put in. Obviously, if they haven't put in any assets, then there's nothing listed here. But you can go in and check that as well. Backlog, backlog is great because this is where the recorded sessions that we have, the workshops, are listed. So you can see a Sparta Day 1, 2, and 3, and you'll be able to see the FSP generational system. That is what James Woods does. Sparta Drive, learning how to actually buy exotic cars for a cheap value. That is underneath what Prince does. And you can go through and see what all these other ones are here. Now, these are not accessible for those people that are, they have to be, is it operator? No, builders and above?
No, Pete is available for Spartan citizens and above.
Oh, citizens and above.
Yeah, so
Okay.
people can come into Spartan Society for free. They don't have to pay. They can come in for free. They just basically do not. They can't do anything though. They can just communicate with everybody.
But do they gain access to these particular things?
Absolutely, absolutely not.
Right. So you have to be a Sparta citizen, and
Yeah,
we'll go into that.
yep.
Okay. So law of discovery. Um,
I'll tell you what that is. That is
yeah,
basically
go ahead.
tender for businesses.
Right.
So
That's
it's
what that was.
basically you find people that's inside the communities. For example, if somebody looking to lend money out for a thing, most people don't know. The best ways to make money is to give money out. So for example, you might be connected to me. I'm somebody that's looking to give money out. There's going to be other, for example, Prince is another one. There's going to be other people eventually to come in that's going to be looking to fund other ventures to make money. So if you're looking for people like that, you'll be able to connect with all of the members who are looking to fund other people. If you're looking for like somebody that's good at government contracting, you'll find that. If you're looking for somebody that's good at credit, you'll find that somebody's good at web design, AI, all that type of stuff like that. This will connect you to them. Instead of it's like Tinder, but for businesses though.
Gotcha. All right. Um, asset rounds. You want to
This
go into
right,
this?
yeah,
Yeah.
I go on this. This is every 3 months. We'll so right now I have two businesses I'm going to settlement with. I had one, another one just closed. We're going to settlement with two of them. I'm trying to close all of 12 that we have, and then I will be listing them all up. And for basically, it goes it's basically like those who pay attention will be able to choose the assets. So, for example, that's an example right there. You see that one is this is worth, well, there's actually an actual company there, but I'm gonna take it away because obviously I claimed it, right? But so let's just say that this right here it has $3 million in revenue. Again, if you pay $50,000 and then you're able to get access to something that's worth 3 million, it's a no-brainer right there. So it's like first come, first serve. If we'll market it, everything out, and then we'll have say, hey, asset rounds is going out. Just go to asset rounds and be able to claim one of the assets. So look at the assets, see how much it makes, see how much cash flow is making every month, and everything like that. And once you click and then you claim it, what happens next is you and I will sit down, sign JV with our businesses and everything, which is why you have to get an LLC and all that stuff. You sign a joint venture, and then you will own a percentage of the company.
There you go. All right. Um, Agendas. So this we're going to be starting to use more often, or Seth, you there? Oh, did he, is he muted? I don't know. I know this was definitely something that we had done, but it was all kind of pushed into one session. So I don't know if that's something that Seth is going to be um, doing a little bit more work on this side of things, but usually everything's more laid out in the event section rather than here for now.
My bad.
Um,
My bad, Pete. I was
yeah,
my gym punching bag water thing was leaking. Yeah. So what agenda is basically letting you guys know what we're gonna be doing for the week. I'm gonna be going more into that as we're cleaning up everything. It's basically letting you guys know like, hey, this is what we're working on this week. For those who are 100% locked in on their futures, they'll be able to see, hey, this is what we're doing and be excited about everything. So that's about.
got it. Affiliate system.
Yeah, that's right. I'm still working on that. It's basically when you refer people to us and stuff, you just keep track of everything. It's basically that. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple for their system.
Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna let you talk about this
Go through
uh,
that. Go through that after. Go down.
after. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go after.
This right here is to show all the services that you can offer that we teach you. As people do make money here for services. So we are a platform that you can learn how to do skill sets that you actually need in the real world. So I just want you guys to know all these things and everything that we teach you is something that can get you out of the rat race. So I want you to know that. So when you go into these platforms and they tell you, hey, this is going to get you out of the rat race, no, these are the things that you actually need, skill sets of life that you actually need to get you out of the rat race. This right here shows you how to use the platform, Sparta Management, where people are making money right there. Now, this shows you different types of things right there.
Yep,
So that's basically that. Let's go to the next thing, Pete. I'll help you with these. This right here is basically the way of a way of Sparta. It basically shows you everything that we're about, let you know what kind of community we are. We're not like anything that you have ever joined before. I think that you can agree with that, Peter.
yep,
There's no community on this planet that's like ours. Scroll down, Peter. Just let them see what we do. We
yep.
actually um, that they can go and read this themselves though.
Right.
We basically what we stand for, all that type of stuff. Keep going down. I want to show them that what we do versus any other community. Just keep going. Keep going. I'll tell you when to stop.
Yeah, just tell me. Man.
All right. So as you can see, we actually do things. So keep going down a little bit. We actually do things together and everything. As you can see, there's me, Simone, and Ranye. These are people outside of the community. We also help people with 1 second, pause for a second, Pete, right here. We also will be helping people get their honoris doctor's degree. For reasons where I'm not going to talk about now of why I'm able to do that. But I have connections with very powerful people where you don't have to go to college to get an honor's degree. Honoris doctor is where we call doctor, whatever your name is. And what we do here is we set up a graduation. So if you're wherever you're at, we'll fly you out to us and stuff, and you'll have a graduation. You'll be given your doctor's degree by me, a king from Africa, and a few other celebrities and stuff like that. There'll be a few people there. And we have a nice group of people already that's been nominated to have this done. So you guys are going to see a graduation ceremony soon. And this is basically to show proof of work that you actually know and do what you say you do. And that's what the degree is about. As you can see right there, Humanity Contain is the game that we're starting back up. You see that that's actually real. It's not AI, it's real. We were on Times Square billboard. As we see, keep going down. Pete, keep going down. Keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Keep going. Yeah, you'll see. Now here. So as you can see, this is people that's from our community here. We actually go together, like hang out with each other and everything like that. There's no platform that you guys ever join would bring you out, fly you out, and come hang out with us and stuff like that. We eat all that type of stuff. Scroll down, you'll see Simone down there. Right there, you see Simone. We took out. It was about like 10 or 12 of us out, and we were just out there hanging out. It was no, hey, get to three and all types of stuff. It was none of that. We just came out hanging out as a group, a community of friends, family, those type of things that we get to know each other because we actually care about each other's success, all that types of stuff like that. And that's basically what this is about. You can, we're done on this part. There, I just want to show people that we actually become, which is why now this right here is pretty cool. We won't get into this in a second. But this is why we are so different than everything else, and which is why you see Peter and everybody talk about us the way they do, is because we're totally different. And what you see right here with Sparta League, this is a marketing campaign, and we are uh, um basically a training ground for entrepreneurs. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, want to own your business, want actual wealth, not get rich quick schemes or any type of thing like that, this is exactly what you've been looking for. And what Sparta League is right here, this is pretty cool. Pete, you can scroll down for a little bit. And scroll down, this tells you everything what Sparta League is about. This is basically like our marketing strategy for it basically treat entrepreneurs like sports athletes. One thing I wish I had was somebody was documenting my whole process and giving me recognition and light on what I'm doing and my journey and everything. The new videos coming out today is gonna be pretty awesome. Peter, go down to the next thing. Go to the next tab.
Profiles.
Yeah, profiles. As you can see, you can scroll through those profiles. As you can see, this is everybody on the website right here. Just click anybody. This makes entrepreneurship very fun. As you can scroll down on that on his guide. Yeah, there you go. You'll see once you put your stats, turn entrepreneurship into gamified, where you actually create your character, which is the character is you, which is the pun there, which is really dope. And this basically allows people to be able to see exactly what you're good at and everything like that. So, and you want to basically make sure you put the points in what you're good at. Go to the next thing. What's this right here? Oh, teams. So for Sparta Elite members will be able to create a team. So it's basically a sports team, basically. And when you create your team, you will, as the team owner, you will own 1% of all of the services that your team does. So every time a new member comes in, and again, this is something that never been done before. Every time somebody comes into our platform, they paid the membership to us, and that means that everybody from that team that we choose, if they come directly from us, right? Everybody from that team, we bring them to that person because they have to do it, right? So they have to do it. Remember that checklist, Peter?
Mm-hmm.
That checklist. Who helps you with that checklist? The Spartan members.
Right.
So there's never been a platform ever in history where when somebody come in, not only that the company makes money, but everybody makes money as well. You get what I'm saying? But
Yep.
only in that team. So that's that there. So that's what the team is about. So the person that owns the team makes 1%. So if your team, if let's say that 8 people are working on one new member, and to get that member all of the checklist done, then that means that 8 people gets paid, and that means that you make 1% 8 times, right? So that's that. So make 8% basically off of each but different amounts of obviously because people get to choose. Peter, this is very important.
Mm-hmm.
People get to choose how much they're charging for their services.
Right.
Something that also never been done on platforms where you get to choose how much money you make. Again, this is why learning skill sets is very important because the skill sets that we teach you, people need these skill sets. So not only when new members come in, but when clients come in as well. Because not only do we work with members coming into our society, but also clients on the outside, actual businesses that need help. Businesses need help right now, and we're here to help them. So when they come in directly from us, like through our marketing and everything like that, we choose the top three teams, and then the top three teams makes the money. Which means is instead of me doing the work, I let everyone else make the money from what we taught them. No, there's no company on the planet that will say, "Hey, look, I'm gonna teach you this stuff, and then I'm gonna bring you money." So none of the members here have to do marketing, do all of the stuff that I had to do to get people in front of me. You guys don't have to do that. I actually bring people to you guys. So that's what Teams is about, Peter. This right here, team versus team is again, it's like it's going to be a whole sports TV show and everything. You guys will see it later on the day. And this is basically we put teams up against each other and just talk about it. Like, hey, this team does this team is good at this versus this team. This team is good at this, but not as good as that. That's basically what that is right there, Pete. What's this right here? Oh, top entrepreneur is Hall of Fame. All the entrepreneurs cooking and stuff like that. You see that. Highlights is basically highlight reels from the show. Leaderboard is basically leaderboards in different divisions for people that's different there. Here's the drafting season. This is where we draft entrepreneurs, which are members and stuff like that. Those who are good get drafted, and those who are not won't get drafted. Obviously, that's basically what that is. It's like sports. What's that? Score that? What's that one there? Sparta TV. It's basically this is something that we're going to be using on the show. It's basically comparing players and stuff like that with entrepreneurs. And when we call them players, one second, Pete, before you continue. When we say players, players is people. We use players as an aspect of people who are playing the game of life that people don't even know exist. Majority of the planet don't know exists. So now people in Sparta do know this game exists, and we teach them that. What's this right here?
Trades?
Oh, Trade Center. This is where team owners can trade players and stuff like that, or players that want to get traded can trade, could go to another team. What's this right? Awards. This is where we give awards away.
Read.
This right here is basically sports betting, but you guys get to bet on each other right here. So you can see who gets the most deals. You can bet on who's gonna get the most deals this week. All different types of stuff. Part of the week, part of the month, all that types of stuff like that. So this is pretty cool. You guys are gonna be able to bet on each other and stuff like that, and you'll be able to make money on that there. Go up, Pete. You'll see. Go to shop.
Here.
All right. So Sparta Coin is not a cryptocurrency. It's actually a in-platform currency and stuff. You'll be able to use those coins there to bet on each other, and then you'll be able to convert the winnings that you. So whenever coins that you win, you'll be able to convert those over to actual cash. So this here is if you know someone is cooking inside there, you'll be able to place bets on each other. That's what that is.
Shoot.
And you can see like we got like a analyzed chart. We can see like how much coins been purchased, how many times someone was betted on, all different type of stuff like that. It's like a whole stock market in there. Scroll down one more.
I'm trying to get. It won't let me.
Refresh the page. Your computer is completely terrible, Pete.
Raw, it's bad.
Scroll. Oh, now go scroll all the way down on the
Oh
other
my
side
God.
on the navigation bar.
Hold on.
Yeah,
You
there you go.
see this? Nope. It's still floating over.
Click it. Click on that side. Click that button right there. Yeah, now scroll down. You should be able to scroll down now. You see cards? Yeah,
There
there
we
you go.
go.
Got
Okay.
it. Click Sparta
Cards?
card. Yeah, Sparta cards.
Okay.
Now this right here, amazing. Everybody has their own player cards now. So it's like it's like basketball cards. You guys will be able to buy and sell and trade cards of each other. So you'll be documenting every aspect of you guys. So Peter, for example, if I ask you for a picture of you as a teacher, right?
Mhm.
People will be able to collect that card. You get what I'm saying? As you as a teacher. So when you become a millionaire or a multimillionaire or a billionaire, you think that card will be worth something?
Oh, I get you.
Yeah,
That's
you see?
cool. Yeah,
Go to
that's
go
cool.
go to one second, go back
Hold
to the
on.
card.
Let me go back. All right.
Click the energy card.
Okay.
See, it gives you all the stats, everything, all the deals that she's closed today, all the type of stuff. It gives you all that stuff today, all the information of today. So if you go to when she was younger, all types of stuff like that will tell you nothing. She did nothing, all types of stuff like that. But it'll be a different point. Collect these cards and stuff like that. Go to
I can't scroll. I swear to God.
uh
This computer is shot. Hold on. Let me
This is
go
what
to that.
I'm telling you, these computers is going to be a luxury asset soon.
All
All
right.
right, now go back to cars. One more thing. I'll show you one more thing. I'm not going to completely destroy your computer anymore.
Cor-
All right, go to markets. You see it says market, yeah, and you see the Ashley card there. So you see that, and it's basically you'll be able to open packs and stuff like that. It's going to be like actually open packs inside of a card game and stuff, and you'll be able to collect all of everybody's cards and their different stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. This is something to bring recognition to people. Like I said, Sparta League is about documenting every single aspect of what you guys are doing. Something that Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, everybody wish we had um, when we first started. It's something that's pretty dope. I think that what we do as entrepreneurs, it is we like athletes. It's just we just mental athletes. You get what I'm saying? Because as you see yourself, Peter, this ain't for everybody. You
Nope.
get what I'm saying? This not everybody could be a basketball player or a football player or baseball player and stuff like that. And the exact same thing when it comes to entrepreneurship. Only the greats be able to survive this, and good people too as well, good players. But we wanted to make sure to actually, as you guys market us, we also market you guys, your businesses, all the types of stuff like that, and bring money to you guys as you guys bring money to us. So it's a full circle. But that's that right there, Pete.
Awesome.
Now this right here is for the gamers, but it's also for you guys as well. This is a skill tree that basically you level up your like you treating life like a game. You get what I'm saying? So you basically go and learn new skills and unlock features. Whereas like me giving you money, all types of stuff like that. There, that's something not ready yet, but we'll go over that in the future.
Okay.
And what is that right there? Oh, that's Asathena AI. It's basically 100% AI, which should teach you how to basically
Card.
do all the research for cars, all that types of stuff like that. You have I think Amy, she books meetings with us, and then you have Paul. He's 100% credit, all that types of stuff. Helps you with credit and everything.
Got you. And then here would be your profile. So your profile is here. And then when you actually get your Sparta ID card, you actually have to upload it here. So you want to make sure that you do that in this area, and you also have to do that in your um, Sparta management section as well. So both areas you have to save your ID number, just so that you guys know that. That's important. And then when you get a chance, you can fill out this information as well. Let me jump over here real fast. So would you say for now, like this isn't really used as much as Sparta Society should be?
But you talking about
Sparta Management.
oh, Sparta management is for business. That's for the business side. That's the
Yeah,
business
I
side.
mean,
So for those who are
besides the market, I mean, the market is really the part that people pay attention to, I think, really.
well, the market. So when you have your for whatever that you're doing. So for example, if you're doing government contracting, it opens up a whole dashboard for that person. That makes
Right.
sense. Yeah,
Yep.
so it opens up a whole dashboard. So you don't see anything that other people see. So it's you don't have the other things that everybody else see. So right now it looks like well, I don't, would people be on this one right here? Is a whole different dashboard. So for example, like the credit side for Simone to help people with their credit when she gets a sell on the market. She basically keep track of all their stuff on the dashboard, on the credit dashboard. Same thing for government contracting. Same thing for web design, all that stuff like that. It's a whole different thing. It's a whole thing on this one. This one right here, this is a whole different thing.
Right.
Yeah.
But these are all different services that people can pick from, and then if someone is certified versus an unverified member, you want to talk about that? I mean, I can too, but either way.
Yeah, I've been explaining it. So, we want to make sure that people we keep track of everything. Like again, that's what Sparta League is about. We watch everything. We watch what everybody do. We want to make sure that people um are are who they say they are. And one of our biggest things is we want to protect our community. So we make sure that we verify that they know how to do what they say they do before they are able to come on here and then sell anything. They can list up things. So we tell people there's a big note that says, "Hey, this person isn't verified." Use at your own discretion. If you pay them, if they don't know what they're doing, that's on you. If they don't do what they say they do, that's on you. We warned you. But we always talk about that inside of like workshops. Again, people try to, I see this is cheaper than this person right here. So they go the cheaper route, and then it may not, and person that's cheaper may not be verified. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So you got to be very careful with that. The market is very important because again, this is basically guaranteed money right here. I just want you guys to know that this is guaranteed money. So those prices, Pete, go down real quick.
Yep.
Those prices you see, if they are verified, if they're in teams and stuff like that, then that means that when people come in, those people get paid basically.
And
So
this
for
is
example, one second.
and this is where they can charge where they what they want to charge.
Yep. And is what they want to charge. And Pete, the best thing about it is for their business.
Right.
Every single person here has their own business. What their these prices is their business. It's not this has nothing to do with Sparta. It's just on our platform. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's that here. So Peter, like for example, the new people that come in from you right here, let's say that you're on, let's say Energy's team or something like that, or Brandon's team, right?
Hmm.
If five people came in from your Brandon, you're on Brandon's team, and they came in from you, right? Your team all gets paid to help them start their business, start to get the cage code, all the types of stuff like that. If branding team is set up the correct way, right? Do their websites, help them get the credit right for get them prepared for funding, all the types of stuff like that. Then those five people go into the rookie leagues. If they want to, based off of the tier where they got, so let's say they want to cook and everything and do exactly what you guys doing, where they just making money coming in, rolling in for them, then it would be basically they go through the same process. So one thing that I want to say this, Pete, when you guys bring people here, they will not be left alone, left to like trying to figure things out. We walk them through everything. So the main goal is to make sure that people get paid multiple different ways. From like again, the whole concept where they say wealthy people have 7 to 11 different strategies. We actually help you guys create that in real time. We don't just say those on Zoom calls and stuff like that. We actually help you build those in real time.
Right. Yep. All right, cool. Um, Anything else here to go over? Really?
No,
That's
no,
it.
it's a lot. It's a lot, and the reason why it's a lot is because it's actually you guys are building real wealth. So it's not just Pete. Just again, I'm not just some guy that say, "Hey, you guys fund my dreams." Stuff like that. It's none of that type of stuff like that. Is basically this platform was built for this to be the last thing that you guys join. If you guys actually are looking for generational wealth to leave something to your family and stuff like that, this was built for that. So you don't have to sit here, give money in hopes for somebody else to do it for you. So because I want you guys to know that does not work, you guys. It hasn't worked, it doesn't work. Okay. You can't wait for someone else to get you what you've been looking for, which is riches. It hasn't worked. That's why it doesn't work, because it doesn't exist. You have to put in work. The stuff that Peter showed you from the checklist, you have to do that.
Oh,
There's what's that, Pete?
no, no, I forgot I got to show one more thing. Hold on.
Okay.
But go ahead. Just
Yeah,
talk.
you have to do that. Like legally, we can't do that for you. Legally, we can't do it for you. There's no one that's going to. You can't give us money. Say, hey, here's 100 grand. All right, now make me rich. That's not how it works. It doesn't work, which is why it hasn't worked yet. Okay, so there's things that it again is very intimidating. It's very intimidating, but this is what actually gets you out of the rat race. This is what gets you out the rat race. Not none of these other things that people told you, and what these guys is just trying to get rich quick, all that type of stuff tells you. This is what you need to do. This is what the wealthy is actually doing. Okay, so you can't escape it. As I told you before, right, Peter? You can't
Mhm.
you can't go around right. You can't go around it. You have to do it. It sucks, yes. It's a lot of work, yes, but you have to do it. If you want to set your family up, you have to do this. There's no way to go around it, which is why you see all the wealthy people. If you talk to all the wealthy people, they will tell you exactly all the stuff we're showing you here.
Yep.
Okay? All right, Pete, what you want me to do?
So this is the last thing that we have to go through, and then we're done. And then if anyone has any quick questions, they can ask. But this is the levels. So we're just talk about the different levels, starting from citizen and up.
Okay. So citizen is basically like learning mode. This is basically a citizen. You get access to like the fun, a little bit of the fun. You won't begin. We won't be giving you crazy amounts of money and stuff like that. But it gives you a little bit of access. But this is like people that just want to just see what's going on. Um, just know, just if they don't have the money, they can just learn and everything like that. This puts them inside of the league and everything, so they'll be able to get drafted, and then they'll be able to make money from the market. This is for people who want to take things slow, right here. Sparta Star is basically like Sparta Citizen, but it gives a little more access. They get some more of the tools, a workshop and workshop tools. They start to get a little more into the certain rooms that we will have. So like Sparta Citizen won't have access to certain types of things, like acquisitions and all types of stuff, like learning about those things. So these guys get to learn a little more, and we are bringing more deals to them, and there's a lot more things that it can do that Sparta Citizen can't do, and you guys can be able to read all that extra stuff like that. There's no affiliate on those things right there too. Is once you guys know, there's no affiliate. There also the success fees, as we do get you funded not only from us but from other avenues. There is a success fee for us getting you funded. Just want you guys to know. So that's another thing, Pete, that you should tell people as well. Like, we only really benefit unless people succeed there. That
Right.
makes sense. So
Hmm.
it's like our goal is to make sure that you succeed, because if you see that, what did I say, 20, like 20, 25%. So just
Success. Yeah.
so
25.
if you yeah, so just think about it. Repeat. Let's say that you was a Sparta star, and then I get you funded for 2 million. I get 25% of that. Why would I not do that? You think I'm worried about $1,000? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You think I'm worried about $1,000? And I can easily get you funded for hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars. I can easily do that for you. I wouldn't worry about $1,000. It doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying? So if you come in at $1,000, my whole point is to get you to the point where get your credit up, get your business making money and everything like that, so I can sit you in front of investors and everything like that. Because at the end, I made 25% of 2 million or 100,000 or whatever the case may be. I think I'll make way more money than that $1,000 if help you succeed. Um, you got any questions on that, Peter? Are you good?
No, no. Good.
All right. So Sparta Builder is where you start to get into basically the fold. You get help with one government contract, one time with SBA loans. Again, with the others, you actually had to do all that yourself. So for Sparta Citizen and Sparta Star, you actually had to do these things yourself. We won't really help you with that too much. We help you teach you how to do it, but we won't help you with it. So when it comes to Sparta Builder, we actually help you with getting your government contract and that one time getting an SBA loan. The SBA loan allows you to, one, either purchase your own business, or B, you'll be able to fund your government contracting deal. Now, I want you guys to understand something, Pete. This is also another thing that you should talk about to people, is somebody can put $25,000 in to get an SBA loan up to 5 million, by the way. I think Herschel said he can get people up to 350,000. And SBA loans use that loan to buy a business, and that business that you can use, that you buy, pardon me, that you buy, can be making about 50 to $100,000 a month. So that's the best $25,000 that you can put your money to. And then you have I think that starts off with 5% affiliate commissions, and then it's 15% success fee. So if you think about that again, we get you funded multiple times. I think you kind of see where that going. Why we want people to succeed here.
Yep.
And then Sparta Operator is basically where we start to go into more of the succeeding part of 100. We working with you, so you get multiple government contract deals. We help you with. Again, we open up multiple lending sources to you, where we help you with that. And again, it goes into higher commissions and all the other stuff like that there. But this opens them up, open up different types of opportunities for you, different types of rooms you go into. That's what Operator is. Same thing with Sparta Diamond. Sparta Diamond is just a bigger version of that. Open up more opportunity. Gives you. This is where we start to. Sparta Operator, Diamond, and Elite is where we start to run the operations for your companies. So once you get all of the legal documents set up and everything like that, we pick up the heavy lifting. You no longer have to worry about that company that you started here with us. We pick up the heavy lifting. So this is people that normally want to take the chillax route. You take this route right here. All we ask you to do is do the beginning part, what is set up your business here. Okay, so when it comes to getting this, the government contracting, getting the SBA loans and all this, the lending, that's the only thing that you have to do is have to sit there and do that for us because legally we cannot do that because we're not you. Everything else, we handle those. When it comes into diamond, and when it comes into elite, we start to handle the operations for you. And that there is when you, instead of you going to Sparta Market and paying everybody, we start to go to, we'll go to Sparta Market and pay everybody for you. So you don't have to actually come out of your pocket for that. That's where that those Sparta Diamond and Sparta Elite comes in. Now, Sparta Elite also, we handle trips. We handle, it's like basically just like the red carpet treatment. These guys get the red carpet treatment. They get secret deals. They get access to my network. It's part of the Diamond too as well. Get access to my networkers too. But this is where I start to introduce you to like wealthy people, celebrities, all that types of stuff like that. So this is that right there. And then Sparta Black is where everybody can just work towards. So if you cooking, we see you as one of us. You can work toward that. And you can also upgrade too. So you look at it on the page, you can actually upgrade. So you can pay 1,000 and upgrade to 25,000 just by working too. It's gonna take a while, but you can still upgrade by just putting in work. Just want you to know that.
I don't know, it's up to you. Do you want to talk anything about the token itself, or do you want to leave that for another?
Well, yeah, let's talk about the token. The token is pretty is actually going to be probably the only token in history to ever have an actual use case. To be honest with you, we're actually going to use it for our ecosystem when it comes to actual, real, tangible things that we're going to be doing. So right now, I'm working on a $70 million project. Hopefully, that goes through with my investors that I have. And then that's going to be building our first neighborhood. And that neighborhood, we're only going to sell first, we're going to sell to the government officials, sell and rent to government officials and Sparta members first. So these guys get first come, first serve. And then after that, we open it to the public because legally we can't just have it to those people. 'Cause we can't control the market that like that legally. So what is going to happen is all of the businesses that we acquire, every single one of us, even when you acquire themselves, you because you are the owner of that business and we are the owner of the other businesses and stuff like that, we are able to have the businesses take our token. So we don't got to convince these businesses. So instead of convincing you to use our token and stuff like that, we just buy you out and say, hey, now your business take our token and stuff. So that's what we're doing. You're going to be able to use the token for our educational route for the children, which is Sparta University. That's going to be another lot. Peter just have another Zoom on that one.
Yep.
Where we're teaching children wealth, so they won't have to go through what we have went through growing up, and then you'll be able to pay their tuition with that, all that stuff and stuff like that. So you actually, the token will be very useful because it will actually become a actual currency. So we would use it as a currency. We will not, we do not recommend people to buy our currency. The reason why is because you can't buy dollars, all right, unless you're exchanging them, and that's how our token will work. You exchange for our currency. Our revenue and our profits and stuff like that will go into our token and stuff like that. So that's how we're going to do it because I personally believe that how cryptocurrency works is just broken due to the fact that it's too volatile when it comes to people's emotions and everything like that, and the concept of currency should not be held. So because we was taught to save money, hold money, and everything like that, like for people who have savings account, 401ks, and everything like that. If you ever questioned why aren't you rich yet, that the reason is why is because you're saving money, you have 401ks and all that stuff like that. You're still not supposed to be holding money. And holding cryptocurrencies is one of the biggest reasons why people hold this currency, hope that this project does something, and then they lose everything due to the fact that it's not supposed to be held. That's me personally when I see cryptocurrency because currency is money and you're not supposed to be holding money, it's supposed to be always moving. So when it's not moving, it's stuck there and it's stale and that doesn't create anything. So that's what our currency will be used for. Our currency will be used for us having it as a central bank. And when we give it to you, we give it to you for hopefully you go do something with it. We don't want people holding our token. Hopefully that
And
answered your question, Pete.
and I think the other thing that's important to point out is that this will also be the first token that's ever put out that actually doesn't have a light paper or a white paper. It'll actually have a real business plan attached to it so that people will understand its use case.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, none of that stuff matters. Like white paper stuff, that stuff don't matter. Like it's about like what is the business going to do? Is the bit like that's what people need to see. What's the business going to do? Not what the white paper. I can tell you, I can just copy and paste anything. That doesn't matter. So yes, 100% Peter. It's about the business. It shouldn't be about the token. Because again, I don't think that people should hold our token. I don't want people. If people hold our token, I just be like, man, go put that in precious metals or something like that. You get what I'm saying? Go buy
Mm,
something with it. Go invest into it. You shouldn't hold money.
got it. Well, that's what we basically had to cover today. There'll be another Zoom in the future where we'll talk about Sparta University and probably a few other things inside of our ecosystem. But this gives you a primary analysis of the 30,000 square foot view of essentially if you're a Sparta citizen, what you would receive, and if you're a Sparta builder and above, what you would receive up to a diamond, to an elite, to a black, right? So we've gone through all the different aspects of that so that you understand and the value that you actually get within the Sparta Society website. There's so much value that's within there. You just have to take the time to actually go through and really understand what's inside of there. And the workshops are invaluable as well. Now, do you need to devote an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours to these particular workshops? Yes, you do. Are they recorded? Most of the time they are. But again, you have to be at least a Sparta citizen or higher in order to actually gain access to these workshops as well. So, so yeah. So if anyone has any quick questions that they want to ask Seth, because Seth's here, you can ask him real quick, and then we can close out. If you guys want to unmute, you can unmute. I don't think everybody's muted. So I know most of you guys are here are already members, but some of you are not. Going once, going twice. All right. Seems like we're good to go. Seth, I appreciate you joining and look forward to the next one.
Yeah, no problem. Let me say this real quick for everybody that's new that don't ask questions. I want you to know something. When you don't ask questions, is how you get scammed. I just want you guys to understand that. It's always good to ask questions.
Yep,
So not asking
100%.
anything, not trying to understand what like this. I know there's a question in here somebody should have. So I just want you to know if you have lost money before, it's probably because you went into something and didn't ask a question. So I just want you guys to know that. Leaving that there, Peter, for you guys.
Something to think about. Sounds good. All right, let me end this recording real quick.